Hi everyone, Joe for jaspyscasebreaks.com coming at you with a full 12-box break of 2025 Panini Prizm Baseball. Pick your team number 8. All cards shipped, 3 autos a box, ton of parallels. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. Big thanks to this group for making, there's the case way over there. Big thanks to this group for making it happen on a Sunday. Mark, Last Spot Mojo, Astros. 70% of the time, Last Spot Mojo hits all the time. There's the non-MLB spot. I think everybody's familiar with the terms and conditions for the non-MLB spot, which was in the item description. I'm gonna go run around the table here, pop open this case. Excuse me. Empty case. Stack columns of 3 on the table here. That up top. Swing back around here on the table. And so you can see 3, 3, 3, and then another 3 over there. Now we do need to find like some sort of walk around the table theme music. So I'll just keep these up here. Need the space here. All right. Kansas City's first drive. Is this going to end with points? And the kick is, oh, doinks, and goes through. Wow. All right, so let's end the poll. Looks like the people are with the New York Football Giants. They got them plus 6.5, 54%. So Butker joints one in. Let's see how the Giants respond. Austin wants this case look like the last one I did was pretty good, right? Didn't we get like 3 gold vinyls out of the last one I did? Plus like some nice autographs. Hang on a second. A little sniffly here. Pop a little Claritin here. Break brought to you by Claritin. Stay Claritin clear. Oh, right, and the Rintaro Sasaki color blast. All right, that Homestead, Josh Gibson's going to go to the non-MLB spot, of course. All right, so just give myself a little room here. Okay, so for Kyle DeBarge $2.99, there's a lot of parallels here. If I sleeve all of those up like I typically do, then this break would take a little while. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put them right next to me over here, and we'll sleeve all of those after the video is done. And then, of course, our shipping team, there's Trey Savage to $149. That'll be for Capola and the Blue Jays. And then our sorting and shipping team will top load all of those and then sort them and get them out to you as quickly as possible. Bob Gibson for St. Louis to $4.99. That will be for Nicholas and the Cardinals. And Ben Hess is our first autograph. That's for the Yankees. That's going to go to Michael Duan with that one. We'll do an autograph and other sort of low number or notable card recap at the end. Kellen Lindsay to 199 for my Dodgers. That's going to go to somebody. It's going to go to Jorge and the Dodgers. Jordan Lawler is going to go to Dan and the Diamondbacks. There you go, Dan. On the board. It's 80 out of 199. Chrissy Mathewson for the New York Giants. That, of course, will go to San Francisco. That's going to go to Kevin. Here is Chase Burns to 499. The big Reds pitching prospect going to Rob. There's the Grover Alexander Pulsar and the Mel Ott. Love these cherry blossoms. I think that they pop nicely. They look pretty sharp. Again, that's another New York Giant that's going to go to San Francisco. That's the 20. That's going to go to Kevin. And the Grover Alexander Pulsar to 499. You can see the blue in the background. That's going to go to the Cubs. Grover Alexander played for the Cubs? I'm not sure why I'm looking at it. You know what? I've always thought of Grover Alexander as a Philly, which was his first team from 1911 to 1917, and then played in 1930 for the Phillies as well. But some of you remember Grover Alexander as a Cub. He played with them for the longest, I think, 1918 to 1926, and the Cardinals 26 to 29. There's Theo Gillen to 199. Carson Benj is going to reveal it, and Antonio Anderson. That's for the Red Sox. That's going to go to Coppola and the Red Sox. So we got our 3 autos here. Nice. Benj to 499 is also going to go to Coppola and the Metropolitans. Here's Chipper Jones, $2.99 for the Braves. That's for Rob. There's a base Nick Kurtz that'll go to Tristan and the A's. We'll sleeve and top load that. Hopefully we'll find some color for Kurtz. Colt Emerson, orange wave to 49. That'll be for Seattle. That's going to go to Jorge. Smiggy. These red waves are not numbered, so that's why I've been kind of breezing by those. Cam Smith is numbered. That's to 199. That'll be for Houston. The Astros are down early tonight. And they're still down. Top of the 7th, still it's 7-1. Mariners. Mariners caught the Astros and then went past the Astros. There's Bryce Cunningham to 499. Another Christian Campbell silver. I think I saw another one earlier, Coppola. You'll get that too. It's one of their big prospects. All right. Got our 3. Next box. We may as well go through some baseball scores while we're ripping some packs. And as we get deeper into the break, we can talk a little NFL as well. It's all games are final except for 2. Braves beat the Tigers 6-2. Austin's Tigers are in trouble. Yankees beat the Orioles in extras 7-1. Yeah, they put 6 in the top of the 10th. Jeez. So they beat the Orioles 7-1 in extras in 10. Pirates shut out the A's 11-0. Reds edged out the Cubs 1-0. And then with the Mets' loss to the Nationals 3-2, I'll check the standings and saying, I'm pretty sure the Reds are now in the 3rd wild card spot, or at least tied for that 3rd NL wild card spot. So that's going to be a race to monitor towards the end. Twins beat the Guardians 6-2. So Twins helping out the Tigers. Padres beat the White Sox 3-2. So I think they're another half game closer to the Dodgers, but I think the Dodgers are in pretty good shape right now. Blue Jays beat the Royals 8-5. Cardinals beat the Brewers 5-1. Marlins beat the Rangers 6-2. 4-2. Rockies beat the Angels 3-1. Diamondbacks beat the Phillies 9-2. And Another couple runs. Dodgers were leading 1-0, but I think the bullpen coughed up a few runs near the end of the game again, and the Giants held on to beat the Dodgers 3-1. Chris Cortez to 299 for the Angels. Edwin Encarnacion to 499. That's for the Blue Jays. That's going to be for Coppola. That's the problem with the Dodgers, is that bullpen in the playoffs. And even if the bullpen does well in the playoffs, I feel like most teams are still going to be confident that they can get runs off of them, you know? There's Javi Lopez for Rob. Here's La Russa, Cardinals to 199. That's for Nicholas Jones. Like, no one's scared about the Dodgers bullpen, I don't think. It's Matt Horvath to 75. So that's going to be an uphill climb for sure. There's a Dylan Cruz prismatic for the Nats. That will be for Jorge. Roberto Clemente Pulsar to 499. That's going to go to Scott and the Pirates. Blue Chase Dollander Fireworks to 49 to 99. 45 out of 99. That's going to be for Tristan and the Rocks. Here's Cash Mayfield for San Diego. That's $2.99. That'll be for San Diego. That's going to be for Mark. And we got another Cherry Blossom card coming up behind Purple Joe DiMaggio. There he is. Found him. And it's Andy Pettitte. Both for the Yankees, both for Michael D. Here's the Andy Pettitte, 13 out of 20. And there's the Purple Joe DiMaggio to 149. Found him. Simon and Garfunkel tonight, he had left and gone away. No, he's right there. Jack Morris to 499, Toronto edition of Jack Morris. He part of that all mustache team. Put him in the rotation. Here's Connor Norby and reveals his teammate, Noble Meyer. That's for Scott and the Fish. You'll get this red Connor Norby as well to $2.99. All right, Giants got the ball. Now they're glancing over there and they're punting now. Is Arun Escobar to $4.99, unless that's a typo. It's supposed to be Aaron, maybe? Yeah, maybe it's Arun. That'll be for the Phillies. And here's Braden Taylor with his interesting autograph. It's going to go to Coppola and the Rays. All right, so that's our three. There's Harry Ford to $1.99 for Seattle. That'll be for Jorge. Let's see what else we have in here. Carter Holton to $99 for Atlanta. All right, that's our second box. Next box. All right, end of the first quarter in the NFL. Sunday Night Football game. I guess I'm almost done with ripping this box right here, but maybe we'll go through some football scores when I'm ripping the next box. We will take the temperature of the people tonight for tomorrow's game. Let's just go straight up. The spread's 4.5, by the way. Baltimore is the home favorite, minus 4.5. But let's just make it easy for the people. Just straight up. Who wins tomorrow night? Ravens? Lions? It's Kevin Alcantara to $4.99 for the Cubs. For whatever it's worth, I'm on the Ravens minus 4.5. Chase DeLauder for Cleveland. This is for you to $2.99. That's going to be for Dan and his Guardians. Gary Sheffield and Angel Chivili. Prospect signature. That's going to go to Tristan in Colorado. 182 out of 199. Gary Sheffield is for the Yankees. That's the $4.99. Pulsar. Levi Sterling, blue to $1.99. Pirates, that will be for Scott. Nolan Ryan to $4.99. That's Mets edition. Going to Coppola. Here's James Wood, Red Wave, and Slade Caldwell Fireworks to $1.99. Little color match for Dan and the Diamondbacks. Another color match here, Luke Dickerson to $2.99. It's going to go to Jorge and the Nationals. Ooh, another cherry blossom coming up. Here's Kalen Culpepper and Vlad Guerrero Sr. That's going to go to the Nationals. That's for Jorge. Remember, Expos stuff goes to the Nationals. 4 out of 20. Kalen Culpepper to $149 is going to go to Minnesota. That would be for Mark. Zach Veen, Pulsar to $4.99. Tristan and the Rocks. Red Chase Meadroth reveals a Harry Ford autograph. That'll be for Jorge and the Seattle Mariners. And Meadroth for the White Sox is to $2.99. That'll be for Eric Leal. It's Connor Norby to $75 for the Fish. It's for Scott. And Andrew Painter. Scott with the Phillies. Gets the Andrew Painter, 79 out of 99. One of the big Phillies pitching prospects. Here's Brock Porterhouse Steak to $4.99. That's for Texas. That will be for Bennett. And I think we got all the autos. There's Andy Van Slyke to $1.99. Chandler Simpson. Nick Kurtz talisman insert. And 3 boxes down. So, Sunday games. Niners beat the Cardinals by 1. I was actually on the Cardinals +2. I thought I was just going to get that outright. Didn't think I needed the points, but Cardinals had the ball with like a few minutes left, maybe less than that, and they just couldn't get the first downs they needed to close out the game. I think maybe James Conner got knocked out of the game, so possibly for a stretch of time from what I hear. I think that just couldn't close it out. Niners marched back, kicked a game-winning field goal, and beat the Cardinals 16-15. Bears put 31 on Dallas in Chicago. So I think Bears avoiding the 0-3 start. Cowboys fall to 1-2. Bears beat the Cowboys 31-14. Pretty comfortable. Most of the scoring happened in the first half, too. Bears scored 7 in the second half and nothing for the Cowboys. The Cowboys lost CeeDee Lamb, maybe? Yeah, maybe dust off your Mac Jones, as Mark is saying. Might be raising his stock. He might end up being the next Sam Darnold, right? Sam Darnold had to stop in San Francisco before he got that 1-year deal with Minnesota and spun that into a multi-year deal with Seattle. Here's Blake Mitchell to $4.99 for the Royals, Daniel. So, yeah, you can buy low on some Mac Jones, maybe. There's Dylan Drilling for the Rangers to $2.99. That'll go to Bennett. There's Monty Irving purple, and there's a Walker Yannick for the Astros. That's going to be for Mark. That's for you, Mark. Last spot mojo. 5 out of 25. Although Mark's just saying dust off your Mac Jones is just sell high. Or if you're feeling frisky, I think we got a Sam Darnold situation on our hands. Juan Gonzalez for the Rangers to $4.99. Another one for Bennett. Red James Woods, $2.99 color match. And yeah, sometimes I always check the back of these dingers because if I move too quickly, I might miss that this is a numbered one right here to $1.99, Jackson Churio. That'll be for Tristan and the Brewers. If I miss any, our shipping team will catch them. Here's Christian Moore to $75 for the Angels. That'll be for Jorge. Braden Taylor Pulsar to $4.99 for the Rays. Blue Tony Oliva to $1.99 for the Twins. Bryce Cunningham reveals a Chase Davis St. Louis autograph. Nicholas. That's 45 out of 199. That's a hell of a bundle, Mark. Mark's like bundle up Jones, Wentz, Sam Darnold, Bryce Cunningham, red power to 99 for Michael and the Yates. It's Cooper Pratt to $4.99. Bud Selig for the non-baseball spot, silver. And Kellen Lindsay, prospect signatures, going to Jorge and the Dodgers. Homer Bush Jr. red to $2.99 for Tampa Bay. Seaver King purple to $149 for the Nats. We got our 3 autos, nice. Onwards, next box. Oh my God, Mahomes had all day. I think Thomas's stream is ahead of mine. Thomas is a New York football giant guy, and he's just like, "Are you kidding me over there?" Mahomes worked his magic and got away. And Mark, what's happening with Spencer Rattler? Saints only managed 13 points today. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks got out to some special teams help early on, and that just set the tone for the rest of the game. Scored 21 in the first quarter, 17 in the second quarter, and that's all she wrote. How did Wentz do today? Or no, Wentz is playing somewhere else, sorry. I keep forgetting that. Sam Darnold had 2 touchdowns today. He didn't really have to do much. Kenneth Walker had a nice game, 2-touchdown game for Kenneth Walker. Can't keep track of all these guys. Oh yeah, Wentz was in that Vikings game. Yeah, Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20. I thought the Broncos were leading for a little bit there. Texans just can't seem to get into gear. Jaguars 17-10. I thought the Texans were supposed to be better than this. I thought the Falcons were supposed to be better too. They got shut out by the Panthers. They beat them 30-0. I think the bloom on the rose is starting to phase for the Raiders. The Pete Carroll honeymoon might be ending very quickly. Not that he's on the hot seat or anything like that, but I think the Raiders fans like myself thought, we could get a couple games here in the next few weeks, couple wins here. No Jaden Daniels. Maybe that's our time to kind of prey upon Jaden Daniels' team, but no, it didn't matter. Commanders beat the Raiders 41-24. Buccaneers edged out the Jets 29-27. In spite of the Jets scoring 21 points in the fourth quarter, so Buccaneers were able to hold them off. Now, we need better numbers for Rattler. That'd be good for the hobby. This Barry Larkin the one. I'm always rooting for the young QBs, you know. It's all good for the hobby. Here's Shinosuke /99. That's for the Nats. Nelson Cruz Pulsar reveals a Joseph Redfield. That is for Jorge and the Angels. The Nelson Cruz Texas /499. It's for Bennett. Charlie Condon Red /299 for Tristan and the Rockies. Spencer Jones, purple Spencer Jones /149 for Michael and the Yankees, and a red fireworks Spencer Jones for Michael. That's /199. Brody Brett /499 for Colorado. Mark saying buy Baker. Baker price is low. And Kansas City curls in another field goal. They're up 6-0 now. Ooh, got some gold. There's blue Aiden Miller and gold Luke Keyshaw. Who's got the Twins? Mark N with the Twins. We've got Mark L and Mark N in this break. This is for Mark N. 7/10. Luke Keyshaw. And the Aiden Miller is /199. That is for the Phillies. That'll be for Scott. Pulsar Kyle Teal. That's /499. That'll be for the White Sox. Eric. Red Bobby Witt for Daniel. That's /299. And a Jace Buffrin gold auto. That's for Coppola and the Bluebirds. And that is indeed numbered to 10. 10/10. Last one ever made. We like that. We like that. You like that? Wyatt Sanford /49. You like that? Orange Wave for Pittsburgh. That'll be for Scott. And we got Matt Shaw, rookie auto for the Cubs. Ken with the Cubs. I know, Terry, we were just talking about that earlier. /199. Like this was the opportunity to maybe steal a game from the Commanders, but nope. There's a rookie Dylan Cruz base for the Nats. Alejandro Rosario. Let's try to find some color. Some Cruz color. I'd like to see that. I was listening to the game on the radio, Terry, on my way back home from Vegas. We were visiting my parents. Dad's birthday over the weekend. So popped out there. It's kind of funny. Once they retired to Vegas, I see them a lot more. It's a little bit easier to convince me to go to Vegas than Inland Empire. But I was listening to the game on the radio. It just sounded like especially the first half, like the Raiders' offensive line just seemed overwhelmed. feel like Gino was always being pressured and not making the right throws. Guys couldn't get open fast enough. I feel like Ashton Genty had some good moments, but like he just couldn't really get into gear for a lot of series, probably due to the offensive line. So it's gonna be right. Yeah, I only heard it on the radio, but the radio seems to suggest that it was mostly offensive line stuff. He's getting hit in the backfield. Guys are just running past, you know, linebackers and linemen untouched almost. So, I mean, I don't think it's really his fault per se. I mean, he just has to maybe get better being like, all right, I got to make my own plays. You know, I gotta find my own windows here. But until he figures that out, yeah, that's going to be a problem. And then it spirals from there, right? There's Eddie Collins. If the offense isn't staying on the field too long, then the defense plays a lot more. Defense gets gassed. You know, and then that causes problems. I feel like there were some garbage points at the end for the Raiders, but I mean, here's Elston Howard to 199. So, yeah. It's Colin Hawk to 99, and he reveals a Hunter Furtado. That's for Scott and the Pirates. Yeah, it's got to be that O-line's got to be addressed, but 26 out of 99. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a long season. Here's Ethan Holiday to 499. Pulsar for the Rockies. I mean, as I said at the beginning of the season, I was like, listen, I don't know about, you know, the Raiders secondary, their linebacker, you know, whatever, their corners especially. But I was at least confident that the offense would be at least entertaining. But that has not been the case. I know there's 24 points scored by the Raiders, but first half was only 10 points, and a lot of those series just didn't look good. Here's Connor Griffin to 99, big Pirates prospect. It's Cam Smith to 149. Ooh, look at that. Gold vinyl coming up. There's J.C. Escara. Pulsar. Is that the autograph spot? It's not, but it's Ethan Anderson. Gold vinyl. Alan Murdoch, Baltimore Orioles. That's a 1 of 1. Yeah, where's Ethan Anderson at? Is he the #1 prospect in the minors? 22-year-old from Hawaii, second-round pick. Hitting 248, 4 homers, 45 RBIs, 15 stolen bases in about 310 at-bats. Oh, Connor Griffin. Yeah, I was like, that was Connor Griffin. But let's see where Ethan Anderson is at. No, not Ethan Salas. Ethan Anderson has a 40+ future value grade. According to Fangraphs. Fangraphs has him a top 20 prospect in the organization. I don't think he's ranked overall, but they expect to see maybe him get into the action in 2026, 27 maybe. Power speed guy is supposed to be his deal. Nice, Alan. Alan, all aboard the Big Hit Express. Woo-hoo. The Escara will go to Michael S. to 499. Cam Smith will go to the Astros. That's 149. That'll be for Mark L. Darryl Strawberry to 199 for the Mets. Chandler Simpson reveals a Ryan Johnson. That'll be for Jorge and the Angels. It's 87 out of 99. Fireworks, Nick Kurtz, not numbered. There's Juan Valera, Pulsar to 499. That's for Boston. Chandler Sips to 49. That'll be for the Rays. Should be one. Yeah, there's the auto. Behind Paul O'Neill, it's Jesus Mate, prospect signatures. That's a good one there. And that will be for Tristan and the Brew Crew. Fangraphs has him number 1. Yeah, this is a big one. Has him as number 1 in the organization and number 2 overall. He's got a 60 future value grade. They're expecting him in around 2028. Supposed to be a power speed guy. All that's supposed to develop. There you go, Tristan. Congrats. Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe to 299, White Sox. Looks like he got promoted to AA, high A to AA early in September. So 1 to monitor. All right, we are halfway through this break. We got about another 30, 35 minutes to go. Yeah, according to Fangraphs, their prospect report too long didn't read. Is Mate had an all-time great DSL season, reinforced by his exciting visual scouting look and eye-popping performance. I think his current hit grade is at 25. He's got some developing to do, but his future hit grade is at 60. Future game power grade, 60. Raw power, 70. Speed 45, that's still pretty solid. And fielding 60. Good fielding will keep you in the bigs too, and let you work out any issues. Sounds like a Brewers kind of guy if you look at some of the guys that they have now. Good hit, good field, and potential pop. Go through a few more football games after this. What's going on with the Texans, guys? Jaguars beat them 17-10. I thought the Texans were supposed to be a lot better. There's Redskins to 299 and a gold Adam Jones, not Aaron Jones. Adam Jones, the baseball player, Alan Murdoch. 3 out of 10. Terry made his Mets World Series bet today, plus 1,600. Good luck. There's Pulsar, Mario Rivera, Pulsar to 499. Reds caught him today in that third wild card spot. They got to fight them off. Here's Rogers Hornsby and Aiden Smith, Tampa Bay Rays, Coppola. .001 out of 199. The Hornsby's to 199. That's for Colorado. That's for St. Louis. That's for Nicholas. And we've got this Max Muncy flipped around for no reason. There's Kumar Rocker to 75. That'll be for Texas. Base Nick Kurtz. That'll be for the A's. That'll be for Tristan. Pulsar, Pedro Martinez to 499, Red Wave, Hideki Matsui, and to 99. Dinger's blue parallel for the Yankees. That's for Michael. Red Pujols to 299. That's a nice little color match with St. Louis. That's going to go to Nicholas. Purple Rentaro Sasaki to 149. That's the Japanese player at Stanford. Japanese-born player at Stanford. It's going to go to Coppola in the non-MLB spot. Whitey Ford to 499 for the Yankees. Another base, Nick Kurtz. Darren Baker will reveal a Chase Meadroth. That's be for Eric and the White Sox. $23 out of $49. Right, yeah, no kidding. The Cleveland Guardians have been storming up the standings, trying to catch the Tigers. And they're doing this all without Emmanuel Clase, who's caught up in that gambling investigation. If you read between the lines, I guess it doesn't look good, but I guess we'll find out the full report this winter. Sammy Sosa to $4.99. And Giants. Oh, a field goal missed by Butker, so Giants still in the mix. It's Blake Mitchell for the Royals. That's going to go to, it's our third autograph. That'll go to Daniel. And Rod Carew to $1.99 for Minnesota. Will be for Mark N. Justin Upton Pulsar to $4.99. Dan's feeling confident. Dan's a Guardians guy. He's feeling confident. Yeah. I mean, I suppose there's probably going to be more people get caught, I think, before not. Now that there's just so many regulations now, there's like, I feel like there are multiple independent firms that keep an eye on like any suspicious like prop bets and stuff. That's what they got to get rid of. I feel like this crazy prop betting, it's got to stop. Especially in college. I mean, I don't know. Not that it makes it right, but these guys are adults and they're pro ball players, right? You know, a lot of kids who are not going to make their money in pro sports, and they're being yelled at because the tight end dropped a pass or something like that. Here's Justin Upton to $2.99 for Atlanta. Kumar Rocker, rookie silver for Texas. That'll be for Bennett. Robin Ventura reveals an Alex Ramirez. $74 out of $99. Excuse me. Robin Ventura. Well, yeah, I think I agree, Terry. I mean, the advertising too can be almost like predatory in a way. Tim Hudson to $4.99. The biggest one the biggest advertising that I have the problem with is when they're talking about it in game. I'm just like, because they have those announcers. Here's Vladimir Sr. saying, yeah, so and so is 0-2, and the homer prop is plus 1,000, and like the announcers are saying it. And at that point, if you're not educated about the gambling world, or if you're a kid or something, then you might construe that as expert advice. It's a lot like securities, right? Here's Mike Piazza to $4.99. It's almost like they have to say, like, this is not financial advice. Like they do with You know, like they do with, you know, securities. Here's Bobby Richardson to $4.99. Nick Kurtz fireworks insert. Like, if it's just a in-between play commercial, I mean, I guess that's just gonna happen, you know. But like, it's like the in-game stuff, or like the, you know, you watch MLB Network and they'll have this whole advertising segment based on that. And it's during the course of an analytic kind of show. If it's a betting specific show, that's one thing, you know, but when you have like the in-studio analysts kind of chopping up props. There's Carter Holton to $2.99. That's where you're just like, what are we doing here? But I think those are the growing pains, I guess. There's Brooks Lee, sensational signatures for Mark and the Twins. Mark N and the Twins. Yeah, the number things, the phone number things, just as effective as like the cigarettes cause cancer note on the side of a pack of cigarettes. There's Bobby Witt Jr. to $4.99. And Enrique Bradfield Jr. for Allen and the Orioles. That's our third auto. Lazaro Montes red to $2.99. That'll be for Seattle. Spencer Jones purple to $149 for the Yankees. And another box coming up. Yeah, I feel like, Austin, the Twins have all sorts of like sort of good prospects that have come up the ranks, but I feel like it just hasn't translated onto the field. Panthers shut out the Falcons 30-0. That was ugly. Buccaneers held on to beat the Jets 29-27. See the end of that Eagles game? I'm sure there were a lot of happy people and a lot of sad people here. I wonder who the public was on. Sorry. So 51% of the bets, according to VSiN and the DraftKings sportsbook, where they get the information, 51% were on the Rams plus 3.5. Actually, the split was was more even than I thought. So yeah, half the people were happy about that play, and half the people were not happy about that play. I did not go to Circa. I just kind of hung out with my parents. This trip was way too short to really do anything. Anything fun, that is. Except hang out with my parents. Braden Taylor to $4.99. And Bryce McCage to $25. That'll be for Milwaukee. That'll be for Tristan. Ethan Anderson to $1.99. Starlin Cava and Robbie Snelling. Yeah, if I had an extra night, I probably would have gone out and about. 32 out of 49, Robbie Snelling. Starlin Cobb to 499. Bubba Chandler to 499. And George Lombard Jr., nice prospect signature for Michael and the Yankees. 179 out of 199, nice Pulsar autograph. Oh, the Robbie Snelling, by the way, went to Miami. I don't know if I mentioned, that's for Scott, by the way. Roberto Clemente, I think this is also for Scott, yeah. Ryan Sloan to 75. That'll be for Seattle. That's going to go to Jorge. Manny Ramirez, purple to 149. Jose Canseco, Pulsar to 499. And La Violette to 199. And Michael Carrico for the Cubs. That's for Ken.
I did exactly this. My hand got under the ball and it got intercepted. That ball, I think, would have been an interception. As a fact, somebody been able to get there.
Actually, I was in downtown Summerlin. Actually, I went with my sister to go grab some lunch, and she had to make a return at some store and kind of window shopped a little bit. Jet Williams, 49. There's Ogasawara to 499. Bryce Eldridge to 199. Sammy Sosa to 299. Yeah, it has been a minute or two since I've like watched this trip, you know. Every once in a while, like my sister works for the Wind, so every once in a while I'll go there and spend a night or two there, and there's some nice spots on property there. You know, the Caesars buffet Bacchanal is still pretty good. There's still a couple spots along this trip that are kind of worth it, but yeah, there's so many like kind of off-strip like stations casinos that are still pretty nice and, you know, more bang for your buck. The case hits are either Color Blasts or the Groovy. And so we saw a Skeens Groovy a while ago, but they're usually Color Blasts. So we haven't seen it yet, actually. We've not seen the case hit yet. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's a TD for Cam Scatterboot. Brody Breck to 499. Juan Gonzalez to 199. Yeah, Bacchanal's great. Yeah, so there's still some high quality like buffets that are still out in Vegas, but there's Joseph Redfield. 98 out of 99. That will be for the Angels. Terry Francona, that's Boston. There's a rookie, Dylan Cruz. Alex Gordon, $2.99. Wait, what happened? Did they miss the extra kick? Extra point? This has been a bad week for kickers. Bad week for special teams. Special teams, they got to clean it up. There's Josué Gonzalez to $4.99. That'll be for the Giants. That's for Kevin. Here's Cam Smith to $1.99 for Mark and the Astros. Pulsar Sammy Sosa to $4.99. Ken and the Cubs. Silver Christian Campbell for Coppola and the Red Sox. Rhett Lauder, color match, red to $2.99. A little bit louder now. Rob. And to 25, Arun Escobar. That'll be for the Phillies. That'll be for Scott. Yeah, Mark's saying the Sharps made some money today on those block props. Here's Harry Ford to $149. Seattle. I think Cal Raleigh went and beat Ken Griffey Jr.'s, broke his single season record. Here's Homer Bush Jr., Tampa Bay. It'll be for Coppola. 5 blocked on the 1 p.m. slate. 49 out of 199. Yeah, Dan's looking for a Bazana autograph. That'd be nice. Here's Braden Montgomery to $4.99. Pulsar for the White Sox. It's going to go to Eric. There's Harry Ford to $1.99. And a Seaver King. That's our 3rd autograph here. That's going to go to Jorge and the Nats. That's to 99. Carson Bang to 99. Leo DeRocher to $4.99. I don't know if it's locked up, but it's real close. I mean, MVP is not necessarily a home run award. Let's keep that in mind. But I mean, when you're talking about a switch hitting catcher doing this, you know, that does make it really interesting. I think it's going to be super close. Is it going to be a lock? He does, yeah, he does catch. I'm trying to look up AL MVP odds. Wow. It's really close, guys. I think you might be right. So Aaron Judge is this is according to FanDuel. Aaron Judge is minus 165. Cal Raleigh's plus 110. All right, that's definitely, yeah, that's a coin flip. I mean, yeah, it's hard not to vote for Cal Raleigh. That'd be crazy. Ohtani, according to FanDuel, is now minus 50,000. Kyle Schwarber's plus 1,900. I think Ohtani's gonna be okay there. Let's actually switch the poll since we're still got a couple of boxes in this baseball break. Now I'm curious. Let's get a baseball poll up. Who wins the AL MVP award? So there you go. Who wins the AL MVP award, Aaron Judge or Cal Raleigh? And for whatever it's worth, Aaron Judge still has a 9.2 wins above replacement. Cal Raleigh's right behind him in the AL, 8.7. I mean, Aaron Judge is a 329 average. Cal Raleigh's a 246 average, but you know, he's a switch hitting catcher, a lot of power. I don't think FanDuel is even giving me a third option, Dan. Like I think FanDuel is saying, at least according to FanDuel, maybe other books are taking action, but according to FanDuel, it's just a two-person race at this point for both leagues. Here's Larry Walker, red to 299, St. Louis. Joe Torre, purple to 149. Oh, maybe Terry's right. Maybe it is a lock for Cal Raleigh. Matt Shaw to 499. Got some gold coming up. Prince Fielder and a gold auto, Max Rajcic. I'll go with that. St. Louis, it's going to be for Nicholas. 1 out of 10. Prince Fielder red is to 299. That's for Milwaukee. Carson Williams to 75. Nick Kurtz talisman insert. Adam Jones to 499. Pulsar for Allen. Paul Skeens to 25. Prismatic. That looks pretty cool. Scott with Pittsburgh. There's Cal Ripken to 199. Billy Martin to 99. A's Frank Thomas to 25. She'll like it too. Roy Campanella to 499 for the Dodgers. Alex Freeland to 299 reveals a sensational signature. Shinosuke Ogasawara. Ogasawara? I'm gonna go with that. Jorge with the Nats. Freeland will go to the Dodgers. That'll be for Jorge as well. We got purple Tony Perez to 149 and Tony La Russa. And we got a redemption. And Tony La Russa's to 499 here. All right, redemption is Roman Anthony. Prospect Signatures Prizm's Pulsar. Nice one for Boston, and that's going to go to Coppola. There we go. Nice one, Coppola. All right, final box. We have not seen, I mean, it's possible that we could get shorted this, but we have not seen the Color Blast. So it's official. James Conner out for the year, says Austin. That's what, I think that's what Jonathan was saying earlier in the stream. That it was just like, didn't look good. All right, so usually the case hits are when these cards are, you know, the cards got flipped around backwards right here. So we should be expecting the case hit in the final box. That's been the pattern. Ah, well, it's Terry's fault. He has him on his fantasy team. Oh no. I guess you take the chance maybe before the end of the first half, but I don't know, what can Mahomes do in 49 seconds? Russell Wilson was going for neighbors in the corner and it ended up being an interception in the end zone. Here's a Purple Billy Martin to 149 for Michael and the Yankees. Ooh, got some snakeskin coming up. Behind 499, Colin Hawk for the Mets. It's Chris Davis. Short print for Allen and the O's. I think these generally fall one per case as well. There's Blue Dalton rushing, nice color match to 199. See that back start heating up, Dalton. That's for Jorge and the Dodgers. Dylan Cruz talisman insert. Roberto Clemente. It's going to reveal a Ryan Waldschmidt prospect signatures. To 199, that'll be for Dan and the Diamondbacks. Roberto Clemente's to 499, that will be for Scott. Still Dylan Cruz, rookie card for the Nats. Gil Hodges red to 299 for the Dodgers. Walking off the field under his own power. Behind Yachty is Theo Gillen. Coppola with the Rays. Right, also not a doctor, but it looks a little hyperextended. Billy Amick to 149 from Minnesota. All right, case hit, where are you? Trying to be cautious here. Franklin Arias to 75 for Coppola in Boston. Here's Chase Dollander to 499 for the Rockies. That'll be for Tristan. Brett Saberhagen blue to 199 for the Royals. Getting a little nervous here. Where is it? Daniel has the Royals. There's the redemption. A lot of times a redemption is in this box too. Here's Ryan Clifford to 99. Oh, let's just show the redemption. It's bam. It is Kumar Rocker. Prismatrix autographs Prism's red. That's for the Rangers. That's going to go to Bennett.
More than ever, they're really going to need Dexter Lawrence. Brian Burns sitting over there on the sideline. Dexter Lawrence is the largest, most athletic Americans I have ever seen. Such a huge guy in there. And the way that
Once again, Bennett with the Rangers. That's our third and final autograph.
get that pressure up the middle, run him into those edge rushers.
Oh, where is it?
Run him into Kayvon Thibodeau. Run him into Abdul Moore. And make one
Edwin Encarnacion to 499. Charlie Condon silver. Oh, there it is. Right at the very end. JC Ascara to 299. It's behind Red Wave Austin Wells. And it's gonna be Rintaro Sasaki for Coppola in the non-MLB spot. He's at Stanford.
And it's a great sign for the Giants as Burns comes back. Speaking of pass rushers coming back.
There you have it. There's the Red Wave Austin Wells. Nice break, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a quick little recap. We got the Kumar Rocker, Chris Davis Snakeskin, the Roman Anthony autograph. That's to 10, that's to 25. Got some nice color here. George Lombard Jr., Brooks Lee, a lot of, again, more color here. A lot of nice players. Gold Adam Jones, Jesus Mate, the Ethan Anderson gold vinyl. A lot of great stuff here. Andrew Painter, the Cherry Blossoms, old school guys like Javi Lopez, Lawler, Mel Ott, and of course the Color Blast. A lot of fun stuff. We got another case of Prizm loaded up, and I think that is our last case of Prizm baseball. So go and check it out, jaspyscasebreaks.com. I'm Joe, and I'll see you next time for the next one. Bye-bye.